It's fairly unusual to have a turbo just die on us instantaneously. There's normally a whole series of warning signs leading up to the failure, and failure can be catastrophic. A failed turbo can actually send little shards of metal through the engine into the intake, and having little bits of metal rattling around inside the pistons, through the valves and all around the intake is going to be detrimental to our engine. Plus there is the risk of oil being dumped into the intake. This is engine oil, and it's going to play havoc with particulate filters and other components inside the engine. The car is going to be burning oil, and really we need to know what these early signs of a failing turbo are so we can jump on it before it escalates into this massive problem that is going to be very expensive to sort out. The early signs to watch out for is burning oil or blue smoke coming out of the exhaust. That can indicate there is a problem inside the turbo. Because the turbo is pressurized and very hot, it's very easy to push the oil through a bad seal, and that will leak into the intake side of the turbo, and straight away we'll notice the oil is dropping and we start to burn oil. So burning oil is not necessarily down to the turbo. There are other routes that can cause this problem, but if we suspect the turbocharger, then we really need to investigate more fully and just drill down and work out whether it is the turbo or whether it's some other component in the engine. And a compression test on the engine can give us a good idea of the state of compression, how the pistons are bedding into the cylinder walls, and whether there is excessive wear there. If that was showing up as a problem, that could well be the cause of burning oil and not the turbocharger. But often with a failing turbo, we'll start to have power problems. It may not spool up as quickly or as thoroughly as it did before. We might be down on power, we might be getting intermittent surges, and they can all be down to a faulty turbocharger. The biggest telltale sign really is a whining noise or a siren noise, and it can sound a bit like a drill in a dentist sometimes, the high-pitched whine you get as the turbo spools up, and that can just indicate there is excessive wear going on in the turbocharger. And it's usually that is the warning sign most people notice to determine that the problem is in the turbocharger. Depending on your engine and how it's set up, you may well get excessive black smoke coming out of the exhaust. Now, if the turbocharger can't push enough air into the engine, it's not going to burn all of the fuel, and unburnt fuel generates a lot of soot coming out of the exhaust. If we notice that the intake pipes, the intercooler, just pop them off for a moment and run our finger around, if they're very oily, that can indicate there is sometimes a problem with the turbocharger. We should ignore a light misting. That's fairly normal. It's trickly, runny oil that has started to collect at the lower parts of the intake system, and that really is a red flag that we should investigate more fully. Your modern car with its computer, the ECU, will often detect a problem before you will, and it will flash up an error code. You may get a check engine light come up on the dashboard. You may just have a diagnostic code that registers when you download it using an OBD2 port reader. And it really is a good investment to just get ourselves one of these readers. They're relatively inexpensive, they interface with a mobile phone, and they give us a complete list of all the problems the engine has been having. And that can go some way to helping to diagnose the problem. We put together the error codes and you do a little bit of detective work, and from the types of error code you'll get in the frequency and what's happening to the car while those error codes are firing up will help us to drill down and work out what the actual cause of the problem is. And if it's a turbocharger, we want to get on that fairly quickly. There are some inspections that we can do on the turbo. Now these will require a little mechanical knowledge. We need to start taking pipes off the turbocharger, and we need to be aware of what component in the engine is the turbocharger. There is generally a little shaft that actuates the wastegate on the turbo, and we just need to make sure that that is operating freely, that it's not wobbling around. And also the shaft inside the turbocharger, we don't want to see vibrations. That can indicate that the bearings are starting to wear, and if those impellers or the turbines inside the turbocharger are starting to wobble, that's going to be a problem. Sometimes that even manifests itself as scratching on the edges of the turbine blades where they come into contact with the outside casing, and you would really notice that noise when it was happening. And if we can measure the boost pressure, that will give us a good indication as to whether the turbo is operating normally or whether we are significantly down on power. But often boost leaks happen outside of the turbo. the pipes may be split. The intercooler connector, for example, may have come loose, and that can cause us to be down on power. And we can think it's the turbo, but actually it isn't. I did a video recently, I'll put a link in the description, explaining that some turbo problems aren't actually the turbo. I've seen a lot of people going out buying new turbos when it was some other component in the engine that was much cheaper and much easier to fix. Never overlook the obvious. Sometimes things aren't as big or as desperate as we think they are. On to diesel engine turbo problems. Now, diesel engines use a VNT turbo system. That means that the vanes on the intake side of the turbo are altered. The angle adjusts to determine how much power goes into the engine. It gives a lot more control over it, but that system is a little more complex than your conventional turbo with just a wastegate, and it can degrade over time and stop working properly as it gets coked up and clogged up with gunk and mud. Your diesel engine also tends to run hotter, and the turbo runs longer than in a conventional engine. You're not changing gear as much. It's a much narrower power band on your turbo engine. We've also got other turbo setups. The twin scroll turbo, if we have a problem with one channel going into the turbo, that can cause intermittent problems where the boost isn't completely in sync with the pulses of the engine, and that can indicate a problem with part of the twin scroll setup. It's generally just a blockage in the pipe or a little bit of detritus that has formed in there that's preventing the airflow, but we'd certainly want to get on that quickly. And twin turbo setups are even harder to diagnose because we've got two turbos, but it's twice the risk. If one turbo fails, that can have a knock-on effect with the other turbo. It can cause it to overwork. If it was upstream of the other turbo, any debris that comes out of that upstream turbo will go straight into the downstream turbo, and that'll take both of them out effectively. But I can't emphasize this enough. If we suspect we have a turbo problem, we must investigate. They run onto the thousands and thousands to fix if we're not careful. It really does pay to make ourselves aware of how our engine operates, how the turbo works, and understand when things are starting to work differently or we're experiencing a lack of performance or power. Please boot that like button if you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments what your experience has been with your turbocharger. Have you had a failure on your turbo? Are you suspecting that you might have a failure looming on your turbo? And please let us know in the comments later after you've diagnosed it what the problem was and how you actually determined that that was the issue. And I love reading your comments. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because that really does help us to get out there. And I've lined up this video and this playlist that you should find really interesting. Thanks for watching. See you in these next videos.